hey, you want it, go get it. You want it, go get it.
Good morning, good morning. It is the morning of March 16th. We got about 3 more days till we get on set. Yesterday I got 2 things of good news. I got 2 things of bad news. It don't stop. It don't stop. And then I want to talk to y'all about ideas. When you get ideas. Matter of fact, I'll talk about ideas first before I get into the good news and the bad news. Yesterday I had an idea for a movie. I posted it on my Instagram. I'm gonna share it with y'all. Y'all probably see it now. I'll insert it right now. Yeah. So based on that video y'all just saw, that was a movie idea that I had. And when you are writing every day, like I am, you're gonna get random ideas like that. I actually had a story in mind before I had that idea. But then I was like, man, this would be a great way to get all those comedians together. And I had to tweak it a little bit, to kind of fit each comedian's kind of delivery a little bit. And I'm still working out I'm outlining it. So, working out all the wrinkles that I can before you start writing. There's going to be more wrinkles once you start writing it. But, and that's not even the next project that I'm writing, I don't think. But to have it all on paper it's just the way I work. I like to have it all on paper. That way I got time to chew on it and think through it before I start writing. And what happens is it ends up becoming better. So if you get ideas, just jot them down. You know what I'm saying? Stephen King says the best ideas you don't have to jot down because they'll stick. And I agree with that. There's been ideas that I've had over the years that I've forgotten about and I didn't write them down. And then I forgot about them. Like, okay, they must not have been that good. But this one, like I said, has been around for a while. The only thing is I started thinking about the cast now, and I was like, it got me more excited about it, and I jotted it down. So I wanted to say that. I'm gonna start with the good things. The good things are the 85mm lens came in. Matter of fact, here, let me show it to y'all. Here it is. This is the 85mm lens. I decided to go with a T Artisan as opposed to a Miike, even though my other lenses are Miike. I just felt like the T Artisan had as opposed to, it had a sharper image. It had a sharper image in its 85mm from the reviews I saw on YouTube and whatnot. And then after speaking with some editors about it, it shouldn't matter that it's a different brand when it comes to color grading and whatnot. So yeah, this is what I got. I should probably take it out the box like completely, but I ain't got to that point yet. And honestly, I gotta deal with this other stuff that's more urgent, but it's here and I'm gonna test it out later. The other thing is the rental equipment is coming in today. So that's what I'm gonna probably deal with all that. I'm gonna probably do all that at one time. The rental equipment's coming in today. Guaranteed delivered, come in today. That kind of has a small problem attached to it too. I got to sign for it when it's here, so I got to be home when it's here. But when it comes, I got to be home. But the problem with that is my son has his basketball banquet today. So hopefully it comes before that or when we get back from that. I don't want to miss it. I really don't. But it's important that I get it today. So we'll see. So here's the 2 bad things that happened. I got a text message from my cinematographer, not DeAndre, but the other one. He thinks that it might be mono, but he said he's not been feeling well since Wednesday, and I don't know how long that lasts. I really don't. I've never had it, but he said he went to the doctor. He's waiting for results to come back, try to figure out what it is and how he should move forward. He just wanted to let me know beforehand. And so I'm making out some phone calls today for some backup backup cinematographers. I know a couple guys who can work camera, but those are my dogs. Though we've all worked together before. We know what each other brings to the table. We trust each other. We got a good flow how we work. So we'll see. And then trying to get somebody at short notice is 3 days away is going to be tough. But I got a couple phone calls that a couple people I can reach out to. Hopefully can pull through for me. And some of y'all are probably wondering, like, well, Sheldon, you said you was talking all that trash about how you got to be able to work all the stuff, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah, for like a day or two, yes. Then I will just work camera myself. But if he's gonna miss the entire set, there's other things that I'm gonna have to tend to that gonna require a bunch of my attention, and I'll probably look to find somebody else. If I can't, then I'll work it all days myself. I will. I have no problem doing that. It'll just be a bigger ask of me. And I got to be realistic with myself and how far I can stretch my attention to. The other thing is the weather. The weather. I found out, looked at the forecast, found out it's going to be raining 2 of the days that we're going to be on set in March. So I got to look at the schedule and try my best to make everything indoor shots on those days. One of the days will even be a thunderstorm. So we're going to be, again, I wouldn't have it no other way. Just trying to be as transparent as possible with y'all. So that's what I'm going through first this morning, and then that's what I'm gonna handle first this morning, and then after that, looking to finalize all the props. I know I'm gonna have to go back out to the store this coming Tuesday once everybody start coming into town and whatnot, to buy the stuff that I'll be needing, like that's more perishable type stuff. But everything that's non-perishable and all the props that can be purchased ahead of time, I have already. I just want to get them all in the same box, and so that I can just pick it up and roll. I like being organized and tidy. So, all right. If you want it, go get it. Buy your tickets. And if you want to do this yourself, hey, this type of stuff you got to do. All right. But y'all go buy your tickets. I'm telling you, this movie gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. Watch what I tell you. All right,
let's get down to business. I'm on my way to this. It's actually a pizza party they having at the park for his basketball team. So I'm on my way there. I'm meeting my wife and my son there. I hung back hoping the UPS guy would come, but I left a note on the front porch. Hopefully he just leave the package. Cool ones do, the uncool ones don't. If not, I just have to drive up to the UPS store. Is what it is. But this joke had the nerve to come up here and ask me after having a bad day in school yesterday, a really, really bad day in school yesterday. I ain't gonna talk about in detail what he did, but he had a bad day. And this joker asked me if he on punishment. Like, yes, what make you think you ain't on punishment? Like, what? And some of y'all probably wondering, like, man, Sheldon, what he needs is a spanking. What he needs is a spanking. Oh, trust me, I agree. See, my son was going to be a junior. I wanted to name him Shelton Johnson Jr. But then, about 5 months into her pregnancy, I decided not to. For a couple reasons. The name Jack had grew on me. But then the second thing is, the second reason that I decided not to was because I know a lot of people who are juniors. And it's always a struggle, not only with the paperwork, but also mentally. A lot of the guys who I know who are juniors, they feel like they got to live up to their daddy's name. And oftentimes, the daddy forces the junior because he wants his name to be carried in a certain light to do so or whatever. And so I always tell my son, man, be your own man. You know, be original, do your thing. You ain't just because I play sports and make movies, whatever. You ain't got to play sports and then try to make movies. What is it that you want to do, man? You know, what you interested in? You let me know. As long as it's something I always tell both my kids the same thing. As long as it's something that's respectable, hey, you got my full support. Yeah, man. Again, I just want to reiterate: hurdles, man. Some people. I always love to use this analogy. I used to run track in high school. You got two type of people who run hurdles, 100-meter hurdles. You got the people who gon' focus on the hurdles, and then you got the people who gon' focus on the finish line. Okay? Making this movie is the finish line for me. Not the finish. No, it's not, because I want to market it and selling this movie to a major streaming platform and being able to make films full time is the finish line. That's the finish line. Like, and I'm telling you, like, don't focus on them hurdles. Focus on that finish line. I'm a finish line focuser. You know what I mean? Stuff like that happens. Hey, somebody else might go through something worse, but I'm telling you what's going on in my life right now as I'm making this movie. And I don't get a chance to open up and share this to a whole lot of people, man. I'm just, y'all, I'm telling you, it's a lot. It's a lot. But focus on that finish line is all I can say. Y'all focus on that finish line. And best of luck to whatever y'all trying to do out there. I hope you can remain focused. All right. And it reaches to the highest mountain, and it flows to the lowest valley. Oh yeah, the blood, come on y'all, that gives me strength from day to day, it will never lose its power. I've been on earth for 37 years. It ain't lost its power yet. It didn't before me and it won't after me. It will never lose its power. That song right there reminds me of my grandma Peaches, who I have not talked to y'all about. That's my mom's mom. I'm telling you, boy, I thank God for just having some prayer warriors in my family. Starting with my grandma Elizabeth, going all the way down, who was my grandma Peaches' mama, then going to my grandma Peaches, then going to my mama. Just some real, I'm talking about some praying warriors. That's where I'm telling y'all, that's where I get the faith from right there. That's the faith. That's the ability for long suffering people. Like, how you ain't left yet? How you ain't do? And why you like? So many people. I'm telling you, would have gave up on some of the stuff that I'm going through right now, and some of the stuff I'm working on. But I'm telling y'all, my grandma Peaches, and the thing I love about my grandma Peaches, she ain't play. Like, you know, it won't. Back when my parents was young, and they used to drop us off at my grandparents' house. Me, my cousin Aaron, my brother, my cousin Aaron, Lil Gabriel, Alex, Elisa, Larissa. The Gayla was too young for that. But like, all our cousins used to be over there because all our parents out the club doing their thing. And we would have to stay at my grandma's house, and we learned how to. My grandma was the one who taught us how to climb a fence because there was a fish market over there, and we had to climb the fence and go over there and buy the fish for dinner and lunch or whatever, and then jump the fence back and come on back. She's the one who taught us how to make oatmeal, taught us how to make cream of wheat, how to cook for ourselves. But then also we had every day was reading time, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock was, not reading time, prayer time. 12 o'clock every day was prayer time. And not only that, before you could eat, you had to have a verse memorized. You say your grace, and then afterwards we had to memorize a verse. And we knew every time the one she loved the most, Ephesians 6:1, children obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Boy, you say that one, boy, you might get an extra piece of chicken or something. But she used to do that, man. And then on top of that, she just like my mama, she made sure we knew the word. She made sure we knew the word for ourselves. So that you ain't need the Bible, you ain't need to be able to hold the Bible, you need to be able to call. There's certain scripture you got to have in your heart already. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. Like, I mean, just stuff you got to keep in you, and be able to say back to yourself when you might not always have time to grab a Bible. You got to keep God's heart, hold it in your heart. Man, I love her for that. And she was also another one who, she would take us to back. See, this back, y'all gotta remember now, this back in the 80s, early 90s, back when, people weren't worried about seatbelts like that. She would throw I just told you all the kids that was there. All of us was in a station wagon. Clearly there was not enough seatbelts, okay? So she would throw us all in the station wagon, and we go down to the library. And she used to make us watch Sesame Street. And she made us watch Sesame Street. She made us watch Reading Rainbow. And Take a Look. It's in her book, Reading Rainbow. And that was how I'm gonna share a picture of her on this thing so y'all can see my grandma. She, God rest her soul, she's gone now. But she used to always say, you know, she said, y'all heard what the show said? Take a look, it's in a book, Reading Rainbow. And I mean, and so I would look at the I really wasn't an avid reader back then like I am now, but I would just look at the pictures of the books. You know, every now and again I would get read some of the books, but I was always going to the library section looking at the books on Italy, the books on Spain, the books on Antarctica or whatever, like somewhere where I ain't never seen before, and I just want to see. Like I used to just love like taking my mind in. I really feel like, because I'm a visual thinker as a director, I really feel like that's where it came from. Her taking us to the library and watching Reading Rainbow and whatnot, and just becoming a visual, because I knew we weren't going to those places, so I had to just imagine as if I was already there. Like I would look at the pictures and then think to myself, like, okay, if this dude paying to the right, I wonder what he probably saw. If he looked to his right, looked to his left, what would he see? Like, you know, I think in terms like that. Because of my Grandma Peaches, I believe. I really do. I'm sitting here thinking about it. I never thought about this out loud. But it's Sunday morning, y'all. It's Sunday morning, and I'm on my way to my walk. And then after that, going to church. Going on make it in church this morning. Really excited about that, and proud to say that. You know what I mean? I know we live in day and time now. A lot of people come down on churches, but I'm really proud to say that. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm really happy about that. But I wanted to say this. I wanted to make this video too, to not only talk about my Grandma Peaches and just feeling that comfort from hearing that song this morning by Smokey Norfolk, The Blood. It just reminded me of my Grandma Peaches. But also want to say there's some real people in my life today. I had a long conversation with my best friend last night. He got the kids by himself this week. His wife is a doctor. He had the kids by himself this weekend because she had to go to some seminar or something. And me and him was on the phone for about probably an hour. And I was telling him my plans and stuff for the movie and whatnot. And he was like, man, Shell. And I was telling him, like, you know, afterwards, some of the things I want to work on, some things I want to do, whatever. And I was like, man, if that happened, then I can do that. And I said, if this happened, then. He said, man, stop saying if, Shell. He said, when, man. He said, when it happened, dog. And then he told me, he was like, man, Shell, do you know my mama watches your first movie, like, all the time? She said, even it ain't even Thanksgiving season. Thankful for my family. She was like, it ain't even Thanksgiving season, and my mama watch your movie. I said, what? For real? Like, I didn't even know this. So shouts out to his mom down in Texas. And I told him thank you. I said, make sure you tell her I said thank you. But if she watching this, thank you so much. Thank you. I don't want to drop names, but thank you. You know who you are. And I just like, man, oh man, I appreciated that. That really touched me. And he was like, man, Shelton, dude, man, everybody see what you're doing, man. You working, you're doing your thing, dog. He said, it's gonna happen for you. He said, it might not happen soon, might not. He said, it might happen soon, might happen later, who knows? He said, but the track you going, man, he said, me and my wife were talking about it, me and my mom were talking about it. He's like, man, your day coming, bro. He said, your day coming, man, so it's when it happens. Stop saying that if crap. I was like, man, I told him, I really did. I broke down to, I was like, man, sometimes your confidence can get a little shaky. You know what I mean? Your confidence can get a little shaky when things ain't happen for you, and you've been putting in the work, and you got a whole lot going on. You know what I mean? Confidence can get a little shaky. You know, I'd had some testimonies like I shared with y'all about the thing that happened at the thrift store or whatnot. But then I have stuff happen like I said, sound guy gets sick. I got stuff that happen like permit happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, wait a minute. You start to get a little shaky. Like, okay, I'm gonna persevere. I'm gonna push through. But Lord, am I walking in your will? Am I walking in your will? I know this movie is a gospel comedy, like, but am I walking in your will? You know what I mean? And it's just it's reassuring. It's reassuring and it's comforting, man. And I appreciate him for that. And then he's one of the real ones, man. And I want to also shout out another friend of mine who was on set with me for Thankful for My Family. She was actually in it. And I posted about how I had this movie idea with all these comedians. I think I shared it up here already. But like, I got this movie I did with all these comedians in it, and she was like, Sheldon, that's gonna be a hell of a idea. She said, Sheldon, boy, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be good. She said, you better speak that thing into existence, Sheldon. And I told her, I was like, yeah, this is new to me. Talking to y'all on this vlog and vocalizing, making posts. This is all new to me because I keep so much in. And she was like, nah, Sheldon, you got to speak that thing into existence. She said, you got to do that. And then you know, she told me you need to pray over it too. And I told her, I sent her back a message. I was like, yo, you one of the real ones for sure. And she was like, she said, I'm surprised you ain't already know that, Sheldon. Like, that was, that made me laugh. But yeah, man, I'm grateful for the real ones in my life who, just little nuggets like that, I'm telling you, it's enough to keep, it's enough to make you pick your head up and keep on grinding. You know what I mean? Oh man, I'm grateful for people like that in my life for sure. And I'm glad that I'm making this documentary so I got time an opportunity to express that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So other than that, I'm going for my walk. Then I'm gonna go to church, and then I finished up work last night. I knocked out a pretty good chunk. Got all the lenses and stuff updated. Got the rental equipment incorporated. All that stuff done. All that stuff was done. Props, probably I'm like 90-95% done there. Pretty much all I got to do is just put everything in the box. And everything is gathered. All I got to do is put it in the box and walk out the house. So now, shoot, it's I'm ready to go on set, just about. Ready to go on set, you know. And then, you know, I always got that trip to Walmart the day before to pick up, you know, the perishable stuff. So I already told y'all about that. But we ready to go. The main thing is the cameraman. Need him to get back to me on what's going on with his health. He still hasn't told me yet specifically if he'll be out, and if so, how long, the whole nine. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing right now that's really bothering me. Everything else has been pretty much settled. So look at God. Sunday morning, Sabbath day. Keep it holy. I don't work on Sundays. I think I told y'all that too. I don't do no work on Sundays. But I don't do no writing on Sundays. Let me say that. I don't do no writing on Sundays. But like getting crunch time like this, if somebody calls me or something comes up last minute, I gotta handle that. But I'm not doing no writing on Sundays. You know. So yeah.